Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Analytics Mindset. In this episode, we are going to go through another series of the PMI course. It's going to be a little bit shorter than the other ones just because it's more practical and focused on AI in Agile Delivery. There is not really a lot I can actually show you in theory. I'm going to try to do this as practical as possible. This course is part of the series of the PMI free courses. As you can see, once you actually get it, you're going to get this batch AI in Agile Delivery, and it focuses a lot on Agile. That's the main reason why I took it, just to reinforce a lot of Agile concepts, Agile procedures, how to do Agile, actually, all these things. There is really not a lot that you can learn through theory. It's more about you actually do it more than anything else. But let's go through this. First of all, the module is actually quite long. It includes a lot of what happens around and how to use it in practical experience. You can see here, start here. I'm not gonna put it because again, I don't want PMI to strike me. But you start in the discovery phase and I will just walk you through some of this content really quickly. In the discovery phase, you will basically go into how AI can help you with experimenting. That's a big part of it. Agile at its core is a lot about iteration. How do you iterate through different things? You start with a prototype, you start with a minimum viable product, and then you build from it multiple times. You experiment with AI. Gen AI specifically helps you trying to say how can we actually experiment through this, how can we test this, how we done analysis here and there. And you can also use a simple checklist. You can check what are my assumptions, what suggestions do you have for me. All those things can be accelerated by AI. There is a lot on the how AI can help you getting identifying recurring signals. AI is very good at ingesting a lot of unstructured data, text data, a big example of it. Things that you wouldn't be able to do really with traditional database systems or other systems. Yes, you can code it yourself, and yes, you can always do NLP. But AI so far is a very good off the shelf solution for us to just say, I have all these documents, I have all of these things. Show me the recurring themes, show me that, show me this. And if you ground it in the actual source of information that you're using, if you ground it in your data sources that you have, documents, presentations, etc., then you ensure that this will be actually used and it will be accurate for the most part. Again, AI always hallucinates. Be careful. Always double check your inputs. That's always good to have, but it is a good tool to accelerate you in your journey. And then you can go into insights to action. Again, I won't show a lot of this content because I don't want PMI to strike me, but you get the deal. You can also do how do you create a persona through AI, and that's actually what this whole video is around. This module had a lot of actual, basically, interviews with practitioners saying, this is how I use AI to identify personas on my customers. I am personally not in a role where I could use personas for external customers. I could use it for internal customers, but my internal customers are so segmented and so different in between that I don't really need to. But if you're in a closer to marketing role or you just serve external consumers overall, you will find this very useful. It is mostly about I have this kind of market, people on my market. How can I get them to like my product? What are the most common themes on them? What are the characteristics that put these personas together? This persona likes this persona like this, all of those things. On the experimentation part, you can start doing some experiments with AI support. You can say to the AI how things can help me, how are these ones. You can see here there is a whole 26 video on how to experiment with AI. Again, I won't go that much into it, but it is a lot on How do you do prototyping validation? In this case, it was for a scholarship application. And especially a lot of the more advanced models, they can actually create code. They can buy code, for lack of a better word. You can actually create a functional prototype and then build onto that. That when you are just prompting into a console, it really helps you a lot to move forward instead of doing it all from scratch. You can also create non-functional requirements. Really going into this will be clear, detail how a product context and user inputs. What user inputs do you have? And what kind of other things you can do. Driving this back to analytics, you can think on it as, do I really need all these filters in this dashboard? Does this database need more columns? How are my customers going to filter this? If I provide them with the data, do I need to have a specific format on mine? Those are kind of experimentations that Gen AI can help you. Especially Gemini has integration with BigQuery. You can just ask it. It's not as good as it could be, but you can just ask it to say, "Hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me ideating how this data cube should be organized?" Same with Cloud. Cloud is very powerful in that regard. You can actually just give it the data and it will query it for you as long as it has the API. APIs are a very nice integration that Gen AI models are just starting to do right now. That is always pretty good to have. And you have delivery. How do you deliver value? The biggest part of delivering value here is that AI shouldn't replace human judgment. It should help you actually getting prioritization, saying how to anticipate my customer value, identify the biggest risks that you may have here, all of those things. Try to see what's my work in progress, but you still should have humans there. You should not have the AI doing everything from beginning to end. Don't do that, please. AI is good to ideate, to generate random things, random values, etc. But on the other hand, you will also have AI hallucinating from time to time. It will pull random statistics, especially numbers, especially math. Please always double check your AI delivery there. Be sure to make that very clear. Please do not just put AI out on the view. And then after that, you have the reflection. How do you have the AI to power your deeper reflection? You can actually track team performance, say, hey, who are my people are dissatisfied? Which of my people actually don't like this? Which of my people don't do that, etc. Those kind of things. It's pretty powerful. 25 common teams. I had a team touch base. You put it in Microsoft Teams. Teams has an actual recording and you can actually get all of these things and put it together into a single document. After you do that, you can actually use Teams again or Copilot Chat, etc., to say, especially if you're a manager, this is important. Are my team members dissatisfied? Is there anything that I haven't done well? Is there anything I can improve? That is always good to have in the back of your mind. And finally, scaling. AI can help you get at the scale. You can do a lot of pattern recognition. You can see things. You can try to grow organizations. You can analyze large volumes of data. You can just put a lot of probably you have put into ChatGPT a humongous data set, and ChatGPT was able to give you that too. You also can find patterns, support faster coordinations, and share insights between teams. Modeling budget risk. Again, do watch out. Always check AI numbers. You can also design learning paths and try to get cross-functional augmentation with AI. You can also try to create enterprise flow coordination and support transparency and fast information access. You can also analyze work in progress if you have access to that through SharePoint, for example. A lot of teams will have a work in progress tab, and then you can just say, oh, how is this team doing so far? I need this project to be done. Can you, or maybe there's thousands of Jira tickets connected to something that you need to get for whatever reason. then you can track that more appropriately using AI. Again, a lot of it is try to deliver value. That's the whole point of Agile. Try to do things fast, break them if you need to, but also try to correct course if needed as well. And then you have workflows. Here, for example, you have Copilot Studio. This tutorial goes along into how you can create an agent, and the agent can just automate your stuff. Agents are powerful, but in my opinion, you should really have more APIs to make them useful. And also, there is a limitations on the assumptions of the agents. You need to again check your numbers. Numbers, especially AI, can hallucinate very badly with statements, with pulling correct information, but you can check that very easily. Numbers are worse because you actually need to do the calculation by hand. And if you rely on AI too much to do complex calculations, you have no way to actually verify if it's a hallucinating or not. But I will leave you with that. This is a short video again. And as always, feel free to like, comment, and give me any feedback. Thank you.